An Excel user works with date and time frequently. Excel has a good number of functions that work with date and time. You can access these functions easily. Just select the Formulas tab, then click on the Date and Time dropdown. Date and time related functions appear in the drop-down list. I will not cover all the functions of this list, just will discuss that are frequently used. Let's start with this keyboard shortcut Ctrl and semicolon. If I select this cell and press Ctrl and semicolon, then today's date will be entered into this cell. Same thing you can do with the today function. On this cell, I type an equal sign, type 2. You see, today function is appearing in the drop-down list. Press tab. The function is inserted into the formula. Today function does not take any argument. Close the bracket and press enter. You see, the date of today is inserted into this cell. What's the difference between entering date using keyboard shortcut Ctrl and semicolon and using the today function? The difference is when you will open this worksheet, you will see that today function is returning the date of the day, the date you have opened the workbook. But this cell will show the same date, 2nd March 2015. So using keyboard shortcut, you insert date as a static value, and using the today function, you insert date as a dynamic value. Let's now discuss about the now function. When now function is inserted into a cell, the cell shows the current date and time. Select this cell, input equal sign, type now, opening bracket. Now function also does not take any argument. Close the bracket and press return. You see, some hashes are showing in the cells. You know why hashes show sometimes. I adjust the column width and you see current date and current time is showing in the cell. Time is not showing any PM or AM, so time is 24 timing system. Let's change the time format to add also second in the time. You see, now this cell is showing time in hour, minutes and seconds. I click on the Calculate Now command in the Formulas tab. The cell content updates every time you click on the Calculate Now command. The date part is not changing, but the time is changing when you click on the Calculate Now command. I am going to discuss some other important date functions. They are date, year, month, day, days, and in this worksheet, the net work days function. Let's work with the date function at first. Here are three parts of a date: year part, month part, and day part. I want to make a date using these three parts. At your first glance, you might think that you will use the ampersand operator to join these three cells, or you will use the concatenate function. Let's do it and see whether it fulfills our expectation. I will use ampersand operator, but you can also use concatenate function. Input equal sign, select the day part of the date, place ampersand sign. Within double quotation marks, I type slash sign. Again ampersand. Now select the month part, ampersand. Again slash in double quotation mark, ampersand again, and finally select the year part of this date. It might seem to you that it is okay. The date is met. This is day part, this is month part, and this is year part. But notice carefully, the date is actually behaving like a text. The date is aligned left in the cell. You know, texts are aligned left in a cell. I increase the column width. You see it now clearly, the date is aligned left in the cell. So our expectation is not fulfilled. In this type of case, solution is the date function. Here is the syntax of the date function. It takes three arguments, year, month and day, then returns the date. Okay, let's use this function. Input equal sign, type date, opening bracket. The first argument is for the year part, select year cell. Then month argument, select month part, comma. At the end, day argument, I select the day part. Finally, place the closing bracket and press return. The date is showing in the cell. Now the date is behaving like a number as it is aligned right in the cell. Remember one thing very carefully. If you enter month as a text as the month argument, say I input August instead of 10, press return, you see Excel shows value error. So you have to use numeric value to represent a month. I place 10 again, press return. The result is okay now. So this is how you can use date function to combine the year, month and day part of a date. Now let's see how to use the year, month and day functions. These functions are very simple to use. This function just take a date as the argument and return the year part when you use the year function. Return the month part when you use the month function and return the day part when you use the day function. Input equal sign, type year, opening bracket, select the date, press return. The year 1930 is returned by the function. You can find out the month and day part of the date in the same way. Let's now use the days function. Days function takes two arguments, both are dates, and returns the difference between the dates. Press equal sign to start the formula. Input days, opening bracket. At first, I select the int date. I select this date as int date, press comma. Next, the start date. I select this date as start date. I press closing bracket and press return. You see, you get the difference between these two dates in days. There is an easy way to find out the difference between two dates. Here is the way. Just subtract the start date from the int date. Input equal sign, select int date, minus, select start date and press return. You get the same result. You can input series of dates using the autofill handle tool. Click on the autofill handle tool and drag down until you reach your target cell. If you take your mouse pointer over the autofill options icon, it turns into a drop-down menu. Click on the icon, you see a drop-down menu appears with some options. There are some options to work with dates. The first one is fill days. If you select this option, the dates will show like a series. The next option is weekdays. With this option, only the working days of a week will be displayed. You see, no Saturdays and Sundays are showing in this series. Only one Saturday is showing, the first Saturday. This Saturday is showing as this Saturday is the first date in the series. The next option is fill by months. Dates are now increasing by months. The next option is fill by years. Dates are now increasing by 1 year. Let's see now how you can use the net workdays function. Net workdays function returns the number of days between two dates excluding Saturdays and Sundays. In other words, net workdays function returns the total number of working days between two dates. Net workdays function takes three arguments: start date, int date and holidays. If you want to exclude more days from between start and int date, you can pass those days as the third argument, holidays. Though holiday argument is optional. This range shows some holidays: New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, President Day and so on. At first, let's count the days between dates 1st January 2013 and 7th January 2013. Input equal sign, type net. Net workdays function is in the list and select it. Press just tab to insert the function into the formula. Select the start date, comma, int date, comma. As holidays, I select this range. As this range is constant, so I make this cell range as absolute in the formula. You can use $sign before every cell reference to make the cell reference absolute, but there is an easy way. Just select the whole range in the formula and press F4 key in the keyboard. Now press return. See, the working days is 4. Except Saturday and Sunday, January 1st is also excluded as this date is a holiday for New Year. So the result is 4. I just copy the formula for the next cell. The total working days between 1st January 2013 and December 31, 2013 is 251 days. This function is very necessary. So this is how you can work with the date functions. There are more date functions. We shall learn about them later. These are the key takeaways from this lecture. You will get the downloadable copy of it with the exercise files and also in the lecture resources window. This summary will help you to grab the overall discussion of the video, print it or use it in your own way.